9 years ago this week in Ferguson, Missouri, a young man by the name of Michael Brown was killed by police. He had just robbed a convenience store, just beat up a store clerk, and when the officer tried to detain him, he actually reached into the officer's car and hit the officer. The officer then took out his gun, shot Brown. Brown turned around, ran off. And when the officer stepped out of his car, he turned back around, rushed the officer. And the officer had no choice but to shoot him again, fatally wounding him. And again, the media is still lying to you after 9 freaking years. They're still lying. And they're not telling the damn truth. 9 years later, they're still painting this guy to be a victim, to be some kind of a hero. He is not.
Happening right now, a ceremony to honor Michael Brown. He's the teenager shot and killed by a police officer after a confrontation. The shooting happened 9 years ago today. Brown's death sparked protests in Ferguson and all across the country. This is a live picture from Canfield Drive where it happened. Dozens of people have gathered to remember him. Just moments ago, they held a moment of silence for 4.5 minutes, representing the 4.5 hours Brown's body laid on the street after the shooting. The prosecutor later announced a grand jury had ruled the shooting was justified. Charges were never filed against the officer involved.
Again, the way they painted this, the way they wanted to make this sound. Again, that poor Michael Brown, again, he was shot by police after a confrontation. And again, we have got to understand the confrontation was he was doing something wrong. He had just robbed a convenience store. He had just beat up the store clerk. But again, man, some confrontation with the police. The guy was a criminal. He was an absolute criminal. I don't care if the guy was 18 or 19 or whatever he was, man, he was a criminal. And the fact of the matter is, man, we have to truly be honest. The way they're characterizing it here, again, man, poor Michael Brown. No. What about the officer, man? What about Officer Wilson? What about him? Where is he? They don't talk about him. Again, it was found that the guy did nothing wrong at all. It was all Michael Brown. The whole thing about hands up, don't shoot, never happened. Never happened. But again, they don't tell you this. They don't go back. They don't tell you. Thing is, man, we have got to be honest. The way they characterize it in the media. Again, some confrontation with the police resulted in the death of, young Michael Brown. Yeah. Because Michael Brown, again, he attacked a cop who told him to stop, was attempting to detain Michael Brown. Michael Brown reached into his car, hitting him and trying to get his gun. The officer grabbed his gun first, shot Michael Brown. Michael Brown ran off. He stepped out of his vehicle. Michael Brown turned around, rushing him. And he had no choice but to shoot him. Again, killing Michael Brown. And the only reason why Michael Brown's body lay there for 4.5 hours is because the damn mob made it so difficult for them to process the crime scene that they had to call in a SWAT team to disperse the crowd.
Today marks 9 years since the death of Michael Brown in Ferguson.
The metro area is honoring his life today with 2 memorial events, and our Sydney Stallworth is live in Clayton with today's tributes. Good morning, Sydney.
Good morning, Michelle, Rennie. On August 9th, 2014, Michael Brown was shot and killed in the streets of Ferguson following a confrontation with a Ferguson police officer. Now, his death sparked outrage in this community and far beyond, leading to demonstrations and calls for police reform nationwide. And in just a couple of hours, our community is going to honor Brown's life and legacy. Now, organizers for these events in his honor are acknowledging that this painful moment of our past can hopefully usher in a new future for our community. The first tribute will be held on Canfield Drive in Ferguson, where Michael Brown was shot and killed. A 4.5 minute of silence will be held there at 11:15 a.m. to remember the 4.5 hours his body laid in the street.
You can't make this stuff up. You truly can't. Again, we have got to understand this is why the country is going straight to hell. Right here. It really, truly is, man. Because, again, we go back almost a decade and see the beginnings of the stuff. You know, again, right now in Chicago, man, kids are looting. They're jumping on cars. They're, causing all kinds of destruction. But you know what, man? Again, they're poor kids. They're poor, oppressed kids. So again, we have truly got to understand this stuff started years ago with this situation right here. And again, we have to understand this guy, this thug, because that's what he was, man. Again, we have to recognize the facts. That is what he was. He went into a convenience store, robbed the convenience store, beat up a clerk, and when a cop tried to detain him, he reached into the cop's car, hit the cop, and tried to grab the gun. And the guy wound up dead. And again, man, I hate somebody lost their life, but you know what? It was either him or the cop. And I'm glad it was him. I really am. Because again, the cop was the innocent person. Michael Brown was the aggressor. He was the criminal. He was doing something wrong, and he was trying to hurt the cop, and the guy wound up dead. And the news, the media, the community, they want to celebrate his life. Really? Really? Look how far this country has gone downhill. We are celebrating the lives of criminals. And again, we don't talk about the cops at all. The true heroes, the ones that put themselves in harm's way to protect the community. We don't talk about them. No, we call them racist. We call them racist. We said they're bad people. And we celebrate the lives of criminals. Just how far down have we gone? Guys, here's what Cori Bush had to say about this. And again, man, this woman is an evil, 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 nasty woman. She truly is. Because again, we have got to understand the DOJ under Barack Obama, they cleared the guy. They said the guy didn't do anything wrong. The cop didn't do anything wrong. Michael Brown did. But again, they're lying to you. Again, they're lying to you to fan the flames of racial division in this country. Again, evil, nasty women like Cori Bush, they are lead the charge. They truly are. And again, here's what she had to say. She said, today is the 9th anniversary of Mike Brown's killing. He would be alive today if the institutions of racism and white supremacy were eradicated. He should be alive today. We will never forget. We will continue to fight for justice and accountability. Again, we've got to understand that the DOJ under Barack Obama said that he did nothing wrong. The officer did nothing wrong. Michael Brown did. But again, they want to paint this picture. They want to fan the flames of racial division within this country to push forth an agenda. That's what they're doing. And we truly got to recognize that, man. We truly got to see that because, again, she's up there talking about justice and accountability. Really? Again, I think the only one that was treated badly was the officer because he was called racist and everything else. The department was. Again, the department was and the officer was. But again, nobody's saying anything about him. Again, it's all about poor Michael Brown. Poor Mike Brown. He was a thug. He was a criminal. And unfortunately, man, he went down the wrong road. But again, he could have killed somebody. He attacked a cop that was attempting to detain him. He was in the wrong, not the cop.
I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that today is also the anniversary of the killing of Michael Brown, an unarmed 18-year-old black teenager whose death in Ferguson, Missouri, sparked a national outcry. His killing, 2 years after that of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, was a pivotal moment in our country, prompting the need to affirm that Black Lives Matter, a slogan that has gained global resonance not only for people of African descent.
That's the equity representative for the State Department for the Biden administration. And again, what they're doing is, again, they're lying to you. They're lying to you. They're telling you because of that, because of situations like that. Again, we have to realize how Black Lives Matter. Again, they're lying to you. They are lying to you. And again, man, they don't care. They truly don't care. They don't care if they lie to you. They don't care what they do. Again, they're fanning the flames of racial division within this country. And again, they don't care. They truly don't care that the officer did nothing wrong. Again, we are truly lying and taking it for a criminal. For somebody who, again, robbed a convenience store, beat up a store clerk, and again was attempted to be detained by an officer. And again, he attacked the officer. But again, we're going to take it for him. We're going to have the celebration of life for him. The Biden administration, 9 years later, is lying for this man, for this young thug. Really. Again, how far have we gone? How truly far have we gone down as a damn country? Hey guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a